whatever you do, do not, just don't do it. Don't. I'll know. I'll know if you do it or not. I know. You're doing it right now. Stop. Stop it. Stop it. Unless it's watching this video, you can't do anything else. Nope. Stop. No. Don't click away. No. You're gonna watch all of it. Okay? I don't think I'm ever going to like find a place where I feel like my webcam just works. Like, unless I had like a green screen, which isn't the case, it's not going to be the case anytime soon. Not anytime soon. I don't really want one at all. But, I mean, you don't even need a green screen. You can use, like a shower curtain or just like a green, like, just something, just something green, just something a solid color that you can just replace with. Usually green, though, because I don't wear green. I wear blue. I wear blue, black, white, occasionally red, a little bit of red. Anyway, what's going on, guys? This is PukaTuka here, and today we're going to be playing some more Doki Doki Literature Club Blue Skies, and blah, blah, blah. This is episode 5,462,372,412 of this mod, because this mod is like, And I know what you're thinking. Why have you uploaded a lot of Doki Doki recently? Well, Look, it's a game from 2017. It is a game from 2017. That's 5 years. 5 years. Half a decade. Half a decade. If 2 decades, you are able to drink in most places. 2 decades. In half a decade. In 1/4 of those 2 decades, that's how long I've been playing this game in total. That's crazy. Anyway, I didn't explain it. I'm uploading this because I feel like that's just sort of where I need to revert to. Not like I'm not gonna play anything else, but I feel like I need to build a foundation on some sort of game. And Doki Doki is just the game that it just attracts my interest the most, because I just get to experience so many different emotions whenever I play it. Even like the video where I was, the Doki Doki Yuri's new toy, like I'm sure like that one was more comedic than anything else. Like obviously I showed signs of frustration. I wasn't actually frustrated, but that's part of the thing. I just get to express how I feel. It's really fun. I love doing this. This is just really fun for me to do. Alright. Anyway, here's a sticky note right here. Can't read what it says at all, but this was because I was playing Madden earlier. I wrote down a sticky note of players I wanted to draft, and I had 24 draft picks in that thing. I traded the whole season prior, all my draft picks. Didn't take a single pick, except for the 7th round last pick, because I won the Super Bowl, because I'm just that good. Anyway, we're playing Doki Doki. I need to stop. It's been about 2 weeks since that nightmare caused Sayuri to have a breakdown. By this point in our relationship, I've already started to see what Mom warned me about. I didn't realize how bad the days would be. We've had a few therapy sessions since, as I was hoping the sessions went smoothly. Well, as smoothly as they could go, I guess. Along with her doctor prescribing her antidepressants, the therapist has given Sayuri a diary, which she's meant to use by recording her happy and sad thoughts. By recording her sad thoughts, he's working with her to see whether those thoughts are supported by facts, basically trying to challenge her depressive thinking. I'm no expert, but it looks to me like that's the kind of therapy she needs. It's not been as simple as it might seem, but to me it looks like steady but sure progress is being made. To say the least, it's a huge relief. She's also tentatively mentioned that she'd like to start going to those sessions alone, although she isn't quite at that stage yet. She said she'd see about how she feels by the next time one comes about. Still, it's been really interesting to see what therapy really entails. Definitely an eye-opening experience. On the other hand, I think the other club members' girls are starting to get a little more suspicious. There have been a few days where Sayuri's depressive mood become a little more apparent in school, and they were concerned for her. Still, Sayuri maintained her walls. I felt bad about how in the dark the other girls were, but it isn't my position to say what's going on. Hopefully Sayuri will be comfortable telling them in her own time. Although, given it's now February, I've had to pay a little more attention to school matters, namely the end of the semester next month. Sakurai has also been talking to students about their future plans. It's scary to think that next year is my final school year. He wants to see me after the lesson end. After the lesson ends. So for what feels like the first time in forever, I've started to think about what I want to do after I Did I realize how loud the game was for you till now? Perhaps. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Usually when I record, I always like use this thing to, turn it up the game or turn it down depending on, how loud it feels to me and what I need to hear. But I just always forget to account for, oh right, I should start off at 100% volume, see what you guys hear, and then go from there. All right? Because that's just way too loud most of the time. My bad. Anyway, you have the same look that I had on my face when my homeroom teacher wanted to talk to me about my post-school plans. I appreciate his use of humor in the situation. He's always been efficient at helping me feel at ease, especially in situations where I feel out of my depth. If you don't know what you want to do, I wouldn't worry about it too much. After all, you're just a second year, so you do have another year to figure it out. Having said that, do you have any idea at all? To be honest with you, sir, I haven't really given it much thought at all. The past 5 months have been really, well, they haven't really given me much time to think about it. Well, let's try this from another angle. How does higher education interest you at all? Going to university? Or would you perhaps be more inclined towards finding a job as soon as you leave school? I paused for a moment to think, trying to recollect what my parents used to tell me when we had this kind of conversation. University sounds good, although I'm not sure what I'd study. He nods approvingly. You'll definitely find it easier to land a job if you have a degree under your belt. That's good to know, then. All I have to do is pick a subject, I guess. I know it can be a little daunting, especially when you aren't sure. My advice would be to go with the subject that you enjoy and do well in. Far from me to be biased, but you are a rather talented historian. I chuckle. What can you do with a history degree, though? The skills you get from a history degree can transfer to a lot of other fields. A lot of historians that I knew went into journalism, academia... Am I here? Nope, no more poster. Nope. No, we can't make that joke anymore. Teaching or even the law. Obviously, I'm not biased in any way, but history is the best subject to study. My science teachers say otherwise, sir. He grumbles to himself. Those haughty scientists, if they could just pry themselves away from their Bunsen burners and glass vials for 5 minutes. Anyway, it's good that you've got at least a vague idea of what you want to do. There's no rush or anything. Just take some time to think about what you'd like to study at university. We can always have another discussion later. Will do, sir. Thank you. With the conversation over, I made my way to the club room for lunch. Hey, guys! Natsuki gives me a curt nod, while Sayori gives me a wan smile. The other door opens, and once more, and Yuri walks in. Sayori's already weak smile wavers even further. She doesn't dislike her by any means, but it's clear that the jealousy is still an issue. I sigh inwardly. I have no clue on how to solve that issue. Even I don't think Sayori is willing to disclose her depression with Yuri. As I pull out my food, I notice that Monica has barely greeted me. Her face is glued to her laptop, with a terse look on her face. Everything alright, Monica? She finally drags her eyes off the screen and looks at me. It seems like she's only just realized I'm talking to her. Yeah, sorry, I had to sort out some important emails. How are you? It's easy to spot from a mile off that her smile is forced. I decide not to push it. Not bad, not bad. Sakurai was just talking to me about what my plans are after high school. I think it's common practice for all the teachers to ask their students, given we're second years and the end of the semester isn't so far off. Ha! That was fun. We don't have to bother with that stuff just yet. Lucky, I still don't know what I want to do. I told him I wanted to go to university, but I can't really decide what I want to do. Starting to realize that I probably should have given this more thought. That's a little irresponsible, Puka. Your future holds so much weight and time flies by so quickly. That is true. I went to university for a month. I'm not gonna say I dropped out. I want to go back. It's just I had just graduated high school, obviously. I had a solid amount of years, 13 years straight of schooling. Technically 14, but 13 years straight of schooling. I need a little bit of a break where I just, work and understand the adult world, alright? That's the route I went, which is an okay route. I do recommend university. It was really fun for the month I was there. It was really fun, and I want to go back. It's just very expensive. So, try in high school, because that will really help with the pricing of university. I'm just saying. I'm saying that as though I have a lot of experience, but I really don't. But I do know the better you do in high school, the more willing universities are help, with, scholarships and stuff like that. But anyway, my face heats up a little from embarrassment. She's right, of course, but it seems like her judgment is coming out of nowhere. I look at Sayori, half expecting her to jump to my defense. She doesn't, though. Instead, she idly pokes at the spot on the table. The other girls look curiously at us. They can sense that something is up. I don't want to draw too much attention to Sayori, so I tried to deflect their curiosity. How about you, Yuri? Any ideas? I decided that I want to study Japanese literature at university. That's crazy! Speak of the devil! Can you take a guess at what I was a major in? Japanese. And, well, yeah, Japanese. I was trying to major in Japanese, and that was... I could speak a little bit of Japanese. I probably could not get around in Japan, like, if I had to speak a lot, but I could, manage a very, very short conversation. I cannot request food or anything like that, but I could probably say, hello, I can't say how are you, because I don't remember what that is. I could say konbanwa, I can say konnichiwa, ohayo gozaimasu, ohayo... I forgot which one. It's arigato gozaimasu. That's thank you. Formal. Anyway, I just yeah. Fitting choice. Yuri smiles. I'm getting so sidetracked, but I just now remember that yesterday DC. What? Interesting. I'm reading something that's in the game. I didn't see that till now. Huh. Anyway. In the mod, the Yuri's new toy, it was funny that they bring this up because, obviously Yuri's acting like she's in the US there instead of Japan, which here, Japanese, fitting. Anyway, Yuri smiles to herself. I suppose it comes as a surprise to no one. I can imagine it would be both exciting yet daunting experience. University? Yes. On the one hand, there's the opportunity to meet many people and many like-minded people, all with the same passion. Yet there's so much independence, especially if you opt for university far from home. And with that independence comes a lot of responsibility, and I'd imagine a fair degree of uncertainty. Who knows what life will be like for all of us when we've left school? My question hangs in the air as the conversation lapses into silence. Monica mutters something under her breath. How about you, Monica? I'd imagine you've got a lot of choice, given how you excel in pretty much every subject. She finally closes the laptop lid again with a sigh. My parents have been hounding me with the exact same question for months now. I'll probably take over their business. There's a hint of what sounds like bitterness in her voice. Granted, I know very little about her life. Well, at least anything beyond service level, so it's a little baffling. We'll have to wait and see. An awkward silence descends upon the room. Clearly, it isn't just me who's detecting Monica's slightly hostile tone. Luckily, Yuri breaks silence. Are you alright, Sayori? We should ask Natsuki. Oh, no. You've been rather quiet. Yeah, it's not like you at all. Even Monica glances over at Sayori's direction. Oh, I'm fine. Just kinda tired, that's all. Don't worry about me. The other girls don't look convinced in the slightest, but they don't have much of a chance to press her as the lunch bell rings. I remember being in their position last semester, and boy, do I not envy them. As the end of the school day rolls around, I find myself wandering down the corridor, waiting for Sayori to finish. Along the way, I bump into Monica. Hey, Puka. She keeps her voice low and quickly looks around before speaking. I can tell what she's going to ask me. It's the age-old question. Is Sayori okay? She'll be fine, just dealing with some stuff, that's all. Compared to the last time she was acting off in school, you seem a lot less worried. That was when I knew less about her. She narrows her eyes at me. I guess what I said must have come across as pretty cryptic. Okay. Well, let me know if we can help in any way, okay? We? The other club members. We are all friends after all, don't forget. Oh, of course. What a stupid question, Puka. It's appreciated. I'll see what Sayori thinks. Okay then, well, I'll see you later. Well, I think Sayori is definitely more convincing than I am. She walks off and, after a couple of moments, Sayori comes out of her class. Sorry I'm late. It's okay, let's go. Do you know what was up with Monica? Funny you mention her because she just asked me what was up with you. Oh? What did you tell her? Just that you're dealing with some stuff. Couldn't give any specifics. They're worried about you though. Have you considered telling them? No, not really. They're our friends, Sayori. They know something is up. I know. I can sense that this isn't a topic Sayori wants to discuss any further. Anyway, no. I don't know what Monica seemed so snappy at lunch. Why she seems so snappy at lunch. She mentioned her parents, so they're probably being a bit overbearing. It must be difficult to maintain that model's student image. When you're at the top, the only place to go from there is down. Juggling academics with sports and other extracurriculars must be really stressful. I don't know how she does it, to be honest. I felt a little sorry for Natsuki, though. The conversation kinda excluded her. Hey, that's what I said. I said we should have asked Natsuki. I know for sure that when I was a first year, post-school plan- Oh, right, she's the first- Yeah, that's why. Post-school plans hadn't even crossed my mind. Yeah, I thought that too. Well, we'll make sure to include her next time. Good shout. After dumping our things aside, I pull out my phone. I really should have talked to Mom a while ago, and I'm pretty sure she's gonna make me feel bad about it. Hey, Mom. Oh, Puka! Nice of you to remember that you have a mother. I went slightly. I knew this was coming. I know. I really should have called you earlier. It's not that I didn't want to or anything. Anyway, Sarah's with me right now. You want to say hello? I'd love to. I pressed a button on my phone, which transformed the call into a video call. Look at that! Oh, that's sweet. My goodness, is that really you, Sayori? The last time I saw you, you were barely a teenager. Sayori laughs shyly. I guess I am putting her on the spot here a little. Hi, it's really nice to see you again, and you, dear. I hope Puka has been treating you well. I shoot Sayori a desperate look. This could be a perfect opportunity to enact some revenge for all the times I teased her. Of course, he's been really good to me. That's lovely to hear. Looks like my little prince is truly matured. They share a laugh as I slightly turn red from the embarrassment. Mom, really? Little Prince? I'm sorry, darling. I'm just so proud of you. Well, at least we've established what Sayori is going to be calling me for the next few days. They continue to giggle at my expense. He always has been like this, hasn't he? Quick to tease others, but once they do it to him, he gets all huffy. Sayori, do not take her side. You're my girlfriend. She's trying and failing to keep a straight face. Okay, no more teasing. Sorry, I just had to get you back for not calling me for so long. How did your December exams go? I briefly described my results, along with Sakurai's comments. Well, that's reassuring to hear. I was worrying that how you'd fare living by yourself, so I'm glad to hear that your academics— I don't care that you're playing Elden Ring. Our academics are going well. Sakurai has a point, though. Your grades in math could be better, young man. Sayori, you're gonna have to knock him into shape. He's always been bad with discipline. I snort in derision. Oh man, this is great. I'm loving this. I can feel second ham. Second ham? I can feel ham? Second ham? Where'd the first ham go? I'm losing my mind. I snort in derision. And you're asking Sayori of all people to help me with that? Hey! Mom slides dramatically. Sorry, Sayori. He can be really mean sometimes, can't he? Must have got that from his father. There's an awkward silence. Things have been very rocky between Mom and Dad since the divorce. I don't want to be a part of that. oh, by the way, I've got some good news. We're almost finished dealing with that particular client, and I have no one else to deal with for a week, so I'm hoping to come and see you soon. We may get to see our mom in person? That's great. My heart races. As much as I've loved being able to basically live with Sayori, seeing Mom again after so long would be really nice. That's awesome, Mom. I really look forward to seeing you again or something like that. Oh, I've been meaning to ask you how... She's cut short by the sound of someone calling her. It sounds pretty urgent. Oh no, I was hoping I'd have more time to talk to you. Sorry, darling. I'm gonna have to go. We'll catch up properly, all three of us, when I come to visit you. Don't forget, it's Valentine's Day coming up really soon, and I want to hear all about it, how you've been treating Sayori like a princess for it. She laughs softly and waves goodbye. Torturous. I forgot how nice your mom is. Yeah, she's always been a good parent. She was a lifesaver back in November after our fight. You're such a mommy's boy. Hey! It's a good thing. It's really cute. I get the feeling you're mocking me, but because I know I can't win this battle, I'll reluctantly concede. Ice Queen wins again. You're a real clown, you know that? True, but I'm your clown. I prefer the one from the horror movie we watched. Bad choice of words. Such a charmer. Oh, I guess not. I guess I'm the one who just doesn't understand. I mean, that makes sense. I don't understand this. I don't understand what I'm playing, ever. The rest of the day passes by relatively quickly. After finishing our homework, we spent the evening kicking back with some video games. This has been our routine for a while now. Sayori coming over, we finish our homework, and then relax. It's simple but effective. I'm glad that we're both happy just to sit back and relax in each other's company. Then again, Sayori has never been a high-maintenance kind of girl. Watching her now, with her blue sky eyes narrowed in concentration, God, I love her. Is now the right time to say it, though? What if she doesn't feel the same way? That'd be a little awkward, to say at the least. Now isn't the time. I was curious, Sayori. What do you want to do after you finish school? You didn't say anything at lunch. I don't really know. She sighs. I thought that going into therapy might be a good idea, but no, forget it. It's a stupid idea. Huh? It's not stupid at all. It is. I don't know if I'd even be good at it. I can't even help myself, so how can I help others? You're good at keeping the spirits high in the club, at least. People appreciate having you around, and it's definitely more comfortable in atmosphere when you're there. It's one thing to keep peace in a high school club, but helping people with really big problems as a therapist, really horrible things that people have to live with, it's a whole other story. Have you mentioned it to your teacher at least? They might be able to point you in the right direction. She shrugs nonchalantly. I haven't, no. Truthfully, I haven't thought about the future much. Well, at least we're alike in that sense, although our reasoning for it is rather different. We've got plenty of time though, right? Yeah, I guess we do. The conversation trails off into silence. I suppose thinking about the future is quite difficult for Sayori, so I make a mental note not to push it. Anyway, it's getting late. Let's call it a night. Can I be the big spoon tonight? Not sure how that'd work, but sure. Okay. As Sakurai finishes explaining the morning's task and settles down to mark some papers, I find myself absent-mindedly fiddling with my pen. Pulling open my textbook, I flip to the relevant page. Suddenly, I'm aware of a poking sensation on my shoulder. I wonder who it is. Is it Emmy? Look at that! Good morning, Emmy. Surprised you weren't late today. Hey, it's not my fault track practice ran on for so long today. I mean, isn't it? Don't you decide on how many laps you run? Semantics? Semantics, Puka. I chuckled to myself. If you say so. Anyway, you wouldn't happen to have any good Valentine's ideas, would you? Mom brought it up yesterday. I didn't realize how quickly Valentine's Day has come around this year. My boyfriend only got out of the hospital a few days ago, so we're just taking things slow. I think he mentioned wanting to take me to the tea house, though. Hospital? Is he alright? Yeah, just heart stuff. Oh, yeah, casually, just so casually. Anyway, what have you and Sayori got planned? That's what I was asking for you for. Neither of us really have mentioned anything so far. I've never done anything for Valentine's Day before, so I'm totally out of my depth here. I feel that. I've done one thing ever for Valentine's Day, for a girlfriend, for an ex of mine, not my current girlfriend. I don't have a current girlfriend. I am alone, and that's okay. Especially when you play games like this, because then you can fill your mind with the pain of others, then you can relate to your own pain. Emmy giggles. There's a playful mocking air to her laughter. She's your girlfriend, Puka. Shouldn't you know her best? Yeah, but relationships, man, they're confusing. Just ask her. Sometimes it doesn't hurt to be direct. Well, unless she's expecting a surprise from you, that is. Then, well, you're on your own there. Some help you are. What happened to the female intuition? Well, you can't give you all the answers, Puka. Sometimes you've got to work things out for yourself. Yeah, because me trying to figure out what the best thing to say and do in our relationship is going so well. Life's unfair. You right. After class ends, I make my way to the club room. As I open the door, I realize that it's just Natsuki inside. When was the last time I even spoke to her alone? Hey. Afternoon. Listen, I need your help with something. She looks at me suspiciously. With what? Well, you're a girl, and thanks for noticing. And, where would a girl want to be taken for Valentine's Day? And how long have you known Sayori for? Why does this sound so familiar? I don't know. If I was editing this, I would do a callback. But that's not what I do. That's not who I am as a person, because I've got other things to do, such as work. Why does this sound so familiar? Again, is it really a crime for me to ask for some Valentine's suggestions? A while, but in my defense, I've only been with her for what, 2 months? I was thinking of some kind of restaurant, but I don't know which ones are good or not. The door opens and Monica and Yuri walk in. What were you two talking about? I glance desperately at Natsuki, hoping she doesn't expose me in front of everyone. Puka was asking me where he should take his girlfriend for Valentine's Day. Man, I hate you. That ranking video, this only helps with your ranking. I hate the protagonist more still, but you, oh man, ah. I groan. You put it like that? I just needed some pointers, that's all. The door opens a second time and Sayori wanders in. If it were down to me, I wouldn't even bother. Valentine's is pointless. All that sappy stuff, yuck. People hugging and kissing in public, giving each other sappy cards, no thanks. It's quite a romantic day though, people telling their partners how much they mean to them and all the little gifts, the thoughtfulness. Yeah, it's great if you like that, but keep it away from me. Something else I don't get is that Valentine's is supposed to be a day where you show your love for your partner, blah blah blah. But aren't you meant to do that every day? Yeah, you right. Thought so. So, it's safe to say that Cupid didn't shoot you with any arrows this year, huh? She glares at me as Sayori giggles. We all know you're a softie at heart, Natsuki. I am not! There's nothing wrong with admitting it. Just wait until you get a boyfriend. Oh man, I wonder if that will happen in this playthrough. Find out next time. Goodbye. As we're digging into our food, Monica taps me on the shoulder. I think I might have a solution for your crisis. Oh? There's a really nice restaurant in town that I went to last year with the debate club. It's called the Amber Beehive and their food is really good. It's a little on the formal side though, so you probably have to wear something smart. See if Sayori has a dress or something. Seems kinda sophisticated. They take a bunch of teenagers? Of course they would, why wouldn't they? Well, the formal dress code and all, wouldn't we feel really out of place? Sorry, I'm just, well, as you can see, new to the dating and all that. It's okay. I don't overthink it. Don't overthink it though. Just see it as a fancy date, that's all. I'm sure Sayori would like it as well. I think the music will really suit the atmosphere. Pretty jazzy. I can't wait for this scene, for me to listen to jazz. It's almost like what I'm going to be doing this Friday, listening to more jazz. I love jazz. I love it. Love it. Anyway, thanks, Ann. I will look into it tonight. That's okay. Sayori will be impressed, and don't worry, I won't tell her you got the idea from me. You're a lifesaver, Monica. Don't mention it. Oh, I forgot to say, I'm sorry for snapping at you at lunchtime yesterday. Parents, that's okay. I imagine you had a lot on your plate. Besides, you've rescued my Valentine, so you've redeemed yourself. That's good to hear. Oh, and by the way, you can never go wrong with the fried squid. I get this joke. Monica, Ika is squid in Japanese. Haha. Duly noted. Maybe I'll be able to salvage this Valentine's Day after all. I think that's what they were referencing to, but I don't know. So, what are our Valentine's Day plans? Sayori? Huh? Oh, sorry, I was spacing out. I don't know, to be honest. I haven't really given it much thought. Oh, I'm glad it isn't just me. I was worrying you'd have expected me to have something planned. What with this being my first relationship and all, I'm hardly experienced in that department. She giggled softly at my sheepishness. Don't worry about it, Puka. We can just play it by ear tomorrow. Winging it, that sounds more like me. Anyway, I've been really lagging behind with homework. I've got a lot to do, so do you mind if we don't spend this evening together? Well, this is convenient. Now I can look up bookings for the restaurant without giving away the surprise. Oh, sure. I wasn't about to say the same thing, actually. I was just about to say the same thing, actually. I'll see you tomorrow then? Okay. See you later, Puka. She gives me a quick kiss and heads off inside. As I settle into the sofa, I quickly notice that the living room lights are on. There's also some sound coming from the kitchen. Mom! That's weird. There's no reason for anything to be making noise in the kitchen, and I always turn the lights off in the living room before I go to school. In an attempt to stop the sudden bout of panic, I force myself to rationalize the situation. It can't be a burglar, because they wouldn't have made this much noise. That must mean, hello? Anyone here? A familiar voice greets me back. Puka, is that you? Mom! Let's go! She's here! Let's go! Mom may be the best girl. Anyway, she might take first place. I'm just saying on that ranking list. A huge grin forms on my face as I spot my mom emerging from the kitchen, a warm smile on her face. I rush forward and embrace her. It feels so good to have her back. I didn't know you were coming today. I wanted to keep it a surprise, dear. I hate that this is the only voice I can do for her. We let go and she looks me over. I'm so sorry that you've been alone for so long. I tried so hard to come back earlier, but business was having none of it. It's okay. I'm just glad you're here now. I sniffed the air. Something smells delicious. Are you making something? Yes, teriyaki, one of your favorites. You're the best. Seriously. Always nice to be reminded. It's almost ready. I'll give you a hand. She ruffles my hair. It's okay, sweetheart. My treat for you. There isn't much left to do anyway. Are you sure? Positive. I'm sure. Go to your room now. I've got something to discuss with you about some changes I've made. It's only as I'm wolfing my food down do I realize how hungry I am. Mom's cooking has always been incredible too. Enjoying yourself, I see. Can you blame me? I haven't met anyone who can cook better than you. She laughs heartily. I have to do something. Urusai! She laughs heartily. So, let's have that long-awaited catch-up. Tell me about how everything has been since you joined that club. Finish eating and push my plate away, sighing and contentedly. I pat my stomach. Well, as you know, it all started when I saw Sayori on the sidewalk. Once I started, it's almost impossible to stop. There's so much to say, so much to describe. Now that we aren't limited by short phone calls, I can finally go into detail into what life's been like since September. After describing the first few days, I recall how the festival went. Oh, right, I forgot. I forgot about that. I just want to, like, it's literally been a year since I've, like, played, like, the beginning of this. So, all, like, this stuff that happened back then, it's just, like, I have to try and remember it again. She shakes her head as I recall how those inconsiderate pricks acted. Unbelievable. Some people just have absolutely no respect. No kidding. The worst part was that it caused Natsuki and Monika to have a really bad argument. I quickly go over that, not wanting to dwell too much on the fight. It's still something I'd rather forget. Mom smiles as I recount how my feelings for Sayori started to blossom. Oh, and then there was Halloween. We all dressed up, broke into school. You shouldn't have said that. Wrote some spooky poems and summoned a Shinto spirit. You did what? No? What? Dressed up. Not that. Wrote some spooky poems? You know what I'm referring to. Oh, the breaking into school thing. She doesn't look very impressed. Come on, Mom. It was just a funny goof. Come on. Nothing bad happened. You know, nothing. It's not like we broke a law or anything. You know, it's okay. It's a bit harmless fun. Didn't you say you called a spirit over? Okay, maybe not entirely harmless then, but for what it's worth, we had a lot of fun, and it was a really nice bonding experience. She sighs under her breath. Teenagers these days get their enjoyment from the weirdest things. Okay, so maybe playing around with the Ouija board wasn't the wisest idea, but hey, it'll be a good story for my kids, right? If you say so, Puka. That's a weird spot. Don't do that. Anyway, so when November rolled around, blah blah blah, we explain the story. The rest of the evening rolls around. We've both had a lot to talk about, and the time has really flown. She yawns. Well, it definitely sounds like you've had a hectic past few months. Girls, secret Santas, and Shinto spirits, what a mix. Anyway, I'm still quite tired from my flight, so I'm going to have to end early night. Hey, that ride! I'll be around for a while, so we can always carry on tomorrow. Yeah, hiccups. Sure thing. I got a lot of homework to be getting on with anyway, so it's fine. Good boy. I love you, Puka. Love you too, Mom. See you tomorrow. That feels like, saying that really felt nice, you know. I don't know. That made me happy. It made me happy. After grabbing a drink from the kitchen, I walk over to my bag and pull out the relevant textbooks. Let's get this over with. Just as I'm about to begin, I feel my phone buzz. Better not be... Oh my god, I was about to say, better not be Yuri. It's always Yuri. Evening, Puka. Do you have any plans? I'm just gonna read this in my voice because this is a text. Evening, Puka. Do you have any plans for this evening? Yeah, sorry, Yuri. I have a lot of homework to be getting on with. Oh, what do you have to do? Perhaps I could help you out. I don't want to hang out. I don't want to. I pause with my fingers hovering over the screen. If it makes me choose a choice, this is the easiest choice I've ever made. I'm not hanging out. Sayori never said that I couldn't hang out with Yuri, and I don't think that she's that controlling type. But even though I know I'm not doing anything inherently wrong by spending time with Yuri, I can't help but feel like I'd make Sayori's jealousy worse if I did. But then again, I did say I'd help Yuri out with her loneliness. Although, this was before I knew the impact it'd have on Sayori. Nah, it's okay. There's a lot to do, but I can handle it. Thanks, though. There's a pause in her reply. It's okay, Puka. Hope you have a pleasant evening. I'm sorry, Yuri. I'm not sorry. Screw you. Screw off. I'm good. I can't help but feel guilty as I put my phone away. I hope she doesn't think I'm ignoring her. Given her personality, it's definitely possible. Why can't this just be simple and not so complicated? You'd think that for my first relationship, life would be nice and not throw me into the deep end. I mulled over as I finished the rest of my homework. I climb into bed, feeling exhausted. Today wasn't a taxing day, at least physically. From a mental perspective, it was a whole other story. I still wish that I could do something more for Sayori, and the uncertainty on how to deal with Yuri isn't helping. Still, it's nice to know that I'm not alone in the house. It'll probably be worth talking to Mom about the whole situation with Sayori tomorrow. I probably should have talked to Mom a little more. She's been in my exact same position before. Oh well, better late than never, right? And just like that, another completed section. Let's go. And just like that, we are the end. We have made it. We have made our way to the end of the video. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, why don't you go ahead and smash that like button and also hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and hit that little bell so you know the next time I upload a video. But yeah, I'm out. Peace.